It's funny. Righty-ho.
What would you like to do with this image?
Blow it up. And oh, whatever. Oh, pose. Holy pose.
The image depicts a person standing outdoors in front of what appears to be an old, weathered building. The individual is wearing minimal clothing, consisting of a pair of worn-out, discolored tights and some sort of cloth or makeshift. Here are a few things we can do with the image. 1. Description. Provide a detailed description of the image. 2. Analysis. Perform an artistic analysis or interpretation. 3. Editing. Make modifications or enhancements to the image. 4. Contextualization. Place the image in a broader context or compare it to similar works. 5. Incorporation. Integrate it into a larger project or presentation you might be working on. Let me know which option interests you, or if you have any specific requests related to the image.
Oh, I'm waiting for it to go. You have to push the
The
button.
image depicts a person standing outdoors in front of what appears to be an old, weathered building. The individual is wearing minimal clothing, consisting of a pair of worn-out, discolored tights and some sort of cloth or makeshift garment around the waist.
Oh,
Their body is very thin, and they have a pronounced visible rib cage. The surroundings include a concrete area leading up to the building, with steps, a bucket, and various items scattered around, suggesting a neglected or run-down environment. The person's face is not visible, as the photo is cropped from the neck down. The overall scene has a raw, gritty, and somewhat somber or desolate atmosphere. Would you like a more detailed analysis or additional information on any specific aspect? I understand. If the description isn't useful, perhaps we can explore other options that might be more relevant or meaningful to you. Here are a few suggestions. 1. Artistic interpretation. Discuss the possible themes, emotions, or messages conveyed by the image. 2. Contextual information. Research and provide background information on similar artistic works or the environment depicted. 3. Editing requests. Make specific changes or enhancements to the image if you have a vision for how it should look. 4. Project integration. Help you integrate this image into a larger project or narrative you are working on. Let me know if any of these options interest you, or if you have a different direction in mind. Let's delve into the possible themes, emotions, and messages conveyed by the image. Artistic interpretation and themes. 1. Vulnerability and fragility. The individual's thin frame and visible ribcage highlight a sense of vulnerability and physical fragility. This could be interpreted as a commentary on human frailty or the impact of societal or personal neglect. 2. Neglect and decay. The rundown environment with the dilapidated building and scattered items evokes a sense of neglect and decay. This setting can symbolize the deterioration of physical spaces, relationships, or even mental states. 3. Isolation. The solitary figure standing in an empty, desolate space may represent feelings of isolation, abandonment, or loneliness. The lack of other people or signs of life reinforces this sense of solitude. 4. Resilience. Despite the evident hardships, the person stands upright, suggesting resilience and the will to endure tough conditions. This can be a powerful message about human strength and perseverance. 5. Socioeconomic commentary. The tattered clothing and impoverished surroundings may critique socioeconomic conditions, highlighting the struggles of those living in poverty or marginalized communities. Emotions conveyed. 1. Melancholy. The overall tone of the image, with its muted colors and somber setting, evokes feelings of sadness and melancholy. Desperation. The stark portrayal of a person in such a harsh environment can elicit a sense of desperation or despair, making viewers empathize with the subject's plight. 3. Reflection. The image invites viewers to reflect on their own circumstances and the broader human condition, prompting introspection about issues like poverty, health, and resilience. Contextual information. 1. Similar artistic works. This image bears resemblance to works by artists who focus on social realism, such as Dorothea Lange, whose photographs during the Great Depression captured the struggles of the impoverished. Contemporary photographers like Nan Goldin or Diane Arbus also explore themes of marginalization and vulnerability in their work. 2. Environmental context. The setting appears to be in a rural or economically depressed area where buildings and infrastructure have fallen into disrepair. This context is often explored in documentary photography and art that aims to shed light on forgotten or overlooked communities. If you have any specific aspects you would like to explore further or need additional information, feel free to let me know.
Oh, it's at the bottom. Fuck, where's the bottom? Oh, the bottom for the...
Dorothea Lange was a renowned American documentary photographer and photojournalist, best known for her Depression-era work for the Farm Security Administration, FSA. Lange's photographs humanized the consequences of the Great Depression and influenced the development of documentary photography. Key aspects of Dorothea Lange's work. 1. Focus on human suffering. Lange's work often centered on the struggles of ordinary people during the Great Depression, capturing their hardship, resilience, and dignity. 2. Iconic photographs. One of her most famous images is Migrant Mother, which depicts a destitute mother with her children, symbolizing the plight of migrant farm workers during the 1930s. 3. Social commentary. Her photographs were not just artistic expressions, but powerful social commentaries that aimed to bring attention to the suffering of the poor and to advocate for social change. 4. Empathy and dignity. Lange had a unique ability to capture the empathy and dignity of her subjects, often portraying them with a sense of respect and humanity despite their difficult circumstances. 5. Influence on documentary photography. Lange's work set a standard for documentary photography, emphasizing the importance of capturing real-life situations to raise awareness and drive social reform. Comparison with your image. 1. Similar themes. The image you provided shares thematic similarities with Lange's work, particularly in its depiction of vulnerability, neglect, and resilience. Both images evoke a strong emotional response and invite viewers to contemplate the broader social issues at play. 2. Style and composition. Like Lange's photographs, your image uses a straightforward, unembellished style to convey its message. The focus on the human figure against a stark, neglected backdrop is reminiscent of Lange's approach to composition. 3. Emotional impact. Both Lange's photographs and your image aim to elicit empathy and reflection from the viewer. They highlight the harsh realities faced by individuals in difficult circumstances, prompting a deeper understanding and awareness. Additional context. Dorothea Lange's legacy continues to inspire photographers and artists who seek to document and bring attention to social injustices. Her ability to capture the essence of human suffering and resilience remains a powerful tool for storytelling and advocacy. If you're interested in incorporating elements of Lange's style or themes into your own work, consider focusing on real-life stories, documenting real-life stories and experiences to create a compelling narrative. Empathy. Portraying subjects with empathy and dignity, even in challenging situations. Social impact. Using photography as a means to raise awareness and advocate for social change. Let me know if you would like to explore more about Dorothea Lange, her work, or how to integrate similar elements into your projects.
I don't have any projects. I'm a retard. See, that proves I'm a retard. It's hard being a retard. Help me, Jesus, to be a retard.
New Zealand has its own rich history of documentary photography and social realism, with several photographers who have captured the struggles and resilience of marginalized communities, much like Dorothea Lange did in the United States. Here are a few notable New Zealand photographers whose work reflects similar themes. Ans Westra. 1. Focus on Maori communities. Ans Westra, a Dutch-born photographer who moved to New Zealand in 1957, is known for her extensive documentation of Maori life and culture. Her work often highlights the social and economic challenges faced by Maori communities, as well as their rich cultural traditions. 2. Controversial works. Westra's book, Wash Day at the Pa, 1964, depicted the daily life of a rural Maori family. Although it was initially met with controversy and criticism for its portrayal of poverty, it later became an important record of Maori life during that period. Robin Morrison. 1. Rural and urban landscapes. Robin Morrison was known for his photography of New Zealand's rural and urban landscapes. His work often captured the changing social and cultural landscape of the country, highlighting the lives of people in remote and isolated communities.
There's no isolated
2.
communities in
Documenting change. Morrison's book, Sense of Place, 1984, is a significant collection of photographs that document the unique character and identity of New Zealand's people and places, showing both beauty and hardship.
Beauty and hard.
Marty Friedlander. 1. Portraits of Resilience. Marty Friedlander, born in England, moved to New Zealand in 1958. She is well known for her portraits of everyday New Zealanders, including a series on Maori women with moko, traditional facial tattoos. Her work often explores themes of identity, resilience, and cultural heritage.
I know what we should do.
Social issues.
Translate.
Friedlander's photography frequently addresses social issues, such as the impact of urbanization and the preservation of cultural traditions in a modernizing society. Glenn Jowett. 1. Polynesian communities.
Funny name.
Glenn Jowett's work primarily focuses on Polynesian communities in New Zealand and the Pacific. His vibrant photographs document the lives, cultures, and traditions of these communities, providing a respectful and insightful look into their world.
Respectful and insightful look into their world.
2. Cultural diversity. Jowett's photography emphasizes the cultural diversity of New Zealand, highlighting the unique contributions of various ethnic groups to the country's social fabric. Comparison to Dorothea Lange. Thematic parallels. Like Lange, these New Zealand photographers have documented the lives of marginalized communities, capturing their struggles, resilience, and cultural heritage. They use their work to raise awareness about social issues and advocate for change. Empathy and respect. These photographers, similar to Lange, approach their subjects with empathy and respect, portraying them with dignity and humanity. Impactful storytelling. Their images tell powerful stories that resonate with viewers, providing a deeper understanding of the social and cultural dynamics within New Zealand. These photographers have made significant contributions to the visual documentation of New Zealand's social history, much like Dorothea Lange did for the United States. Their work continues to inspire and inform contemporary discussions about identity, culture, and social justice in New Zealand. The point of exploring these photographers and their work, both in the context of Dorothea Lange and analogous cases in New Zealand, is multifaceted. Raising awareness. 1. Highlighting social issues. Photography, especially documentary photography, serves as a powerful tool to bring attention to social, economic, and cultural issues. By capturing the realities of marginalized communities, these photographers shed light on issues that might otherwise go unnoticed. 2. Creating empathy. Visual storytelling can evoke strong emotional responses, fostering empathy and understanding among viewers. This can lead to greater awareness and a sense of shared humanity, prompting people to care about and address these issues. Historical and cultural documentation. 1. Preserving history. Photographs provide a historical record of specific times and places, preserving the experiences and struggles of communities for future generations. This documentation is invaluable for understanding social and cultural evolution. 2. Cultural identity. By documenting cultural practices and traditions, photographers help preserve and celebrate cultural identities. This is particularly important for indigenous and minority communities whose ways of life might be at risk of being forgotten or marginalized. Inspiring change. Advocacy and reform. Many of these photographers' works have been used to advocate for social change, influencing public opinion and policy. For example, Dorothea Lange's photographs contributed to the development of social welfare programs during the Great Depression. 2. Inspiring others. Their work can inspire other artists, activists, and ordinary people to take action, whether through creating art, supporting social causes, or engaging in community efforts to address the issues depicted. Artistic value. 1. Aesthetic and emotional impact. Beyond their documentary value, these photographs are often compelling works of art. They combine technical skill with a deep emotional resonance, creating images that are both beautiful and thought-provoking. 2. Exploring human experience. Art and photography provide a means to explore and express the complexities of human experience. They can capture moments of joy, sorrow, resilience, and vulnerability, offering a rich tapestry of life that connects us to others. Personal reflection. 1. Introspection. Viewing and reflecting on such images can lead to personal introspection, helping individuals understand their own place in the world and their relationships with others. It can prompt questions about one's own values, privileges, and responsibilities. 2. Inspiration for creativity. For artists and creators, exploring the work of these photographers can serve as inspiration for their own projects, encouraging them to tackle important issues and tell meaningful stories through their art. In essence, the point of studying and appreciating the work of documentary photographers like Dorothea Lange and their counterparts in New Zealand is to understand and engage with the world more deeply, using art as a catalyst for empathy, awareness, and change.
Let's just see what happens. This is from the top all the way down to the bottom. I don't understand Māori, so... Well, let's be honest, nobody understands Māori in Aotearoa. It's a joke. Fuck, it's funny. Are you doing the entire lot from top to bottom? It looks like you are. There's a lot of whaka. Whakarapopotanga. Mother of Jesus. But what does it all mean?
Sure, here's the translation into Maori. Te take o te korero nei, waka arahia te mohiotanga. 1. Te watu I ngā ke papori. Ko te wakahua, ina koa ko te wakahua tuhinga. Hi tapu tapu ka hahe wakakite ngā take papori. O hanga, me ngā take ahurea. Ma te hopu I ngā ahuatanga o ngā hapori wakarerai. Ka witi te aro ki ngā take kaore pe I mohiotia. 2. Te waihanga I te ngakau papaku. Ka taia e te kōrero a tata te waka ohoho I ngā wakautu ahua kaha. Te wakatupu I ngakau papaku me te maramatanga I wainganu I ngā kaimatakitaki. Ka puta ake te mohiotanga nui, ake me te waka aro tuhono tangata. Ka pāmai te hiahia ki te aro atu me te waka tika I ene take. Te wakau I ngā hitori me ngā ahurea. Te tiaki hitori. Ka hoatu e ngā wakaahua he rakau hitori mō ngā wā me ngā wahi motu hake. E tiaki ana I ngā weko me ngā uawatanga o ngā hapori mō ngā reanga e heke mai nei. He mea nui tēnei purongo he marama I te wanaketanga papori me te ahurea. 2. Maki ngā tikanga ahurea me ngā kawa, ka awina ngā kaihopu wakahua ki te tiaki me te wakanui I ngā tuakiri ahurea. He mea nui tēnei mō ngā hapori take me ngā iwiririki kei te tūpono te warewaretia, te wakaitia rānei o rātou ahuatanga noho. Te waka ohoho, I panoni. 1. Kua wakamahia te nuinga o ngā mahia enei kaipu waka ahua he wakatairanga I te panoni papori. He waka awewe, I te waka arwe, I te waka aro o te marea me te kaupapa here. He tauira, I wai wāhinga waka ahua a Dorothea Lange ki te wakawanake I ngā hōtaka o ranga papori I te wā o te paheketanga nui. 2. Te waka huho eti. Ka taia e arato mahi te waka oho I e tahi atu kaitoi, kai wata koto kaupapa, me ngā tangata noa ki te mahi, ahako a mā te waihanga toi, te tautoko I ngā take papori, te waiwahi rane ki ngā mahi hapori, ki te wakatika e ko waka tuia. Wara toi 1, panga wakahume te watu manawa. Waihoki, I tua atu I tā rato wara tuhinga, he mahi toi wakamiharo ene waka ahua. Ka huinga te pukenga hangarau me te kaho te watu manawa. Ka waihangahia, he wakahoa e tino a tāhua ana, I waka ohoho, ana I te waka aro. 2. Te tuhure me te waka ahua he huarahi hei tuhura, hei wakaputa hoki I ngā matatini o te weko tangata. Ka taia e rato te hopunga o te harikoa, te pori, te manawanui, me te waka rairai, e tuku ane te rangi kaka o te au e tuhono ane a tātou ki e tahi atu. Wai aro, wakaro aro. Mā te mātikitaki me te wai wakaro ki ene waka ahua ka puta ake te wai wakaro wai aro. E awina ana I ngā tangata ki te marama ake ki tō rato ake wato I te aume o rato wanaongatanga ki e tahi atu. Ka waka o hoho hoki tene I ngā pātai mo o rato ake uara, ngā painga, me ngā haipapa. 2. Mo te awahatanga. Mo ngā kaitoi me ngā kaiwaihanga. Ka taia te tōhura I ngā mahia ene kaihopu waka ahua, hei waka o hoho mo a rato ke kaupapa. Te waka hau hoki ke wae ngā take nui, kia kōrerohia hoki ngā kōrero waitikanga mā rato toi. Wakara popototanga, ara, ko te kaupapa o ka me te pārekareka ki ngā mahi ngā kaihopu waka ahua, tuhinga penei, I a Dorothea Lange, me o rato hoa mahi I Aotearoa, he marama, he waiwahi hoki te au I runga I te hohonu ake. Mā te wakamahi I te toi hei kakahu mo te ngākau papaku, mohiotanga me te panoni.